Welcome to the Don't Let That Go Over Your Head podcast, starring Q the Boss.
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to another episode of Don't Let That Go Over Your Head podcast. I am the guy of the hour, Q the Boss, 516 in the building. Listen, today is a dope topic. I need all my following today, I need you engaged. I need you guys to be involved today. Let me give you a round of applause because I need you engaged, because today's topic is something I need help with. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm talking about it, but I don't know exactly why. But we're going to have this discussion. Today's topic is older men, younger women, older men. Let me say that one more time. Older men, younger women, older men. Why? So today, me and my guys was having a discussion with one of my homegirls, well, two of them actually, and we were talking about it today. And I said to her, a lot of the podcasts that I see, right, men aren't really allowed to say how they feel, because if it is not in alliance or in agreement with a woman, they tend to take it personal. And I agree. And I think it goes both ways. I think a lot of men, when it's not in agreement with women, they take everything personal. See, the one thing I want us to understand, that Don't Let That Go Over Your Head podcast, this is not a war about men and women. It's not us fighting against each other. It's us coming to a common median, a ground of neutralness. So this is why I created this podcast. I didn't create this podcast to diss women. I come from a very strong, prominent woman. And my mother raised me better than that. My mother didn't raise me to diss women. So I will never do that on my show. I don't diss men because I don't see the point of it. But one thing I want to know is, why do you see so many older men valuing younger women and so many younger women valuing older men? First, I'm going to answer the women thing. I think more younger women value older men because they see more financial stability. I think more women tend to think more about those things because I think with being a woman, economics is very prominent for them to feel comfortable. You know, and today I need everybody on my social media to engage with me. Tell me why you think that is. Let me say this one more time for those who don't know. Older men, younger women, older men. Why? Why do so many older men value younger women when younger women value older men? It's like the roles are reversed. You see what I'm saying? There was again, back to what I was saying, two of my good friends, we were talking today, and we were having this discussion. And I said, today's topic is what I want to talk about this today. And we're going to pull up some statistics that's going to actually show us what it is. I think more stability and maturity. I agree. More women value older men for maturity and stability, right? So if we say that these women look at men for the economics, which is true, right? And the stability, which is true, but economics is in that stability. When you say that word stability, that definitely means economics. Some women says daddy issues. Some men say daddy issues. I agree with both parties. Some women do have daddy issues, so they like older men. But then there are certain women that only like older men because of the fact that they're tired of the games, the manipulation, the playing with their emotions. Some women don't like younger guys because they see that these guys play so many games. So with that being said, you have a lot of women who love older guys because of the fact that there's more maturity there. And there's also more security. Security plays a big part as well, known when it comes to dating. Women value security extremely. Security is another word for economics. I have to throw economics, provision, protection, and consistency. So the younger women tend to go to the older guys because they look at those things. You know, we always automatically says daddy issues, but I tend to believe that women tend to age way faster than men. So if a woman is aging faster than a man, then there will always be a gap between their maturity levels. So many women grow a lot faster mentally than men, right? And this is not my opinion. This is a statistical fact, right? So many women, they get older faster, mentally wise, right? Not just economics, but also from a physical standpoint as well. Let me say that. Women, they definitely need protection. They need to know that their man can protect them. Today, I want you guys to engage with me. Talk to me. Why do you think this is? I need a little bit more bigger sentences. I don't need true, yes, no. I don't need that. I want to hear your opinion. Facts. Older for sure. I'm not ready for games. Even though some of these older men play games too. And this is from Nina Perez, 21. We talk about these things up here, and we have to have the discussions to make people uncomfortable. The one thing I've noticed is anytime, and I'm going to say this as a man who love my women, who value women extremely, right? Anytime I say anything that don't go against the lines of what a woman want to hear, I notice they tend to get upset. I did a video yesterday, and the video said 5 reasons why men only choose certain women. A lot of the women were commenting, it goes both ways. It's not the point. Why do everything have to be a competition? Let's stop making things a competition. Everything is a competition. Learn how to take the charge alone, ladies. Men, learn how to take the charge alone too. Everything doesn't have to be you are wrong or he is right or men do it too or women do it too. Like that's how there's no growth. There's too much finger pointing. Men point the finger at women, women point the finger at men. Every time it's called deflecting. And I don't know who understands that. It's called deflecting and being defensive. Let me say that one more time. When a man, right? Let me say this one more time. I want you guys to hear this really well. When a man or a woman don't want to hear anything about themselves, right? And they push everything off to the next person, that is called being deflective or being defensive. Understand, most people are very deflective and defensive. This is why most people don't grow. See, so many people run to relationships, not seeing that they were the problem the whole time. So what they do is they blame the people they've dated, not seeing that they're the problem. Yo, this guy was this and he's a piece of crap. But do you see what you did in that relationship that you could have avoided the problems also? Do you see the things that you were inconsistent about? Do you see that you may not be that great of a mate the way you think you are? I'm going to give you a quick scenario. There's a woman I'm good friends with, right? She said to me, I said to her, what is a good woman? I cook, I clean, I provide. I asked her, she said, what? I said, you think that's the only things that make you a good woman? She got quiet. She said, what else is there to do? I said, you let me guess, what else? She said, I'm loyal. I said, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been a cheater? She said, no. I said, so why you want a pat on the back for being something that you are? You always been a loyal woman. So you want credit for being loyal. You're a loyal person. So what I'm trying to say is if a relationship is making you come out of character, that means you're in the wrong relationship. For me, I've always tell people the relationship should always challenge you for the better, right? Common sense thing says that 2 people that commit to each other should work on being consistent only to each other, right? That's the whole point of a relationship. It don't make sense to be in a relationship when 2 people still want to play outside. Let me say this one more time. 2 people that's in a committed relationship should always, right, be committed to each other. The problem is when you have someone that wants to play outside the relationship, that's when the problems come. I will say this. Most women have trust issues because of past traumas. A lot of scars are still there. Sometimes people move on so fast and they never gave themselves enough time to heal. When you don't give yourself enough time to heal, you ultimately bring the scars to the next relationship. And by bringing the scars, all you're going to do is talk about what Tom, Dick, and Harry did to you. Now, this guy that you're dating name is Mike. He's dealing with all the past traumas, and men do the same thing. We're in a world right now where people feel like the healing process is all about moving on, jumping into the next bed. And that's the issues that you're starting to have that's so consistent. You see so many women jumping in the next man's bed. You see so many men jumping in the next woman's bed because ultimately all they're doing is trying to put Band-Aids on situations that need surgery. That's the issue. They're putting Band-Aids on situations that need surgery. And they think that things are going to heal correctly. Why do you think this woman is in another relationship still bringing up past tense things that this man has never done to her? Because she's emotionally traumatized. She's still haven't healed from the past. So what's going to happen is she's going to continuously blame him for the things that she hasn't healed from. and the man do it too. Men will not trust his woman because his ex cheated on him. So what he'll say something is, oh, girls cheat all the time. Yeah, they cheat all the time because of the fact that you don't trust you. Women like security, right? Women like secure men. A lot of men are very insecure. I'm gonna say it on record. When I do this podcast, I don't give a care in the world when men or women get upset. I'm gonna talk straight. Right? There are a lot of men who are very insecure. And ladies, if you get mad at me for telling the truth, don't write preach on my line when I talk about men, but when I say something bad about women, women get defensive. Don't do that. Because now you're being a hypocrite. And that's what I can't stand. I can't stand hypocrisy. If I can put a flashlight on a man, I can put a flashlight on a woman for their shortcomings too. Because a lot of those things, I fit the category too. And I'm under the bus too. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the perfect man because I'm not. I'm still working on myself. So one thing I don't do is throw men under the bus and I don't go with them. Because a lot of times when I tell the things I've done is because, and I'm able to call the men out on their things is because I've done it myself. But I'm honest. And the reason why I'm honest is because I'm comfortable in my skin for the first time in my life. You know, I was very insecure. And why I say I was insecure is because of the fact that I didn't know who I was. I knew who I was expected to be, but I didn't know who I was. Let me say that one more time, right? The problem is, I want y'all to hear this really well, and I hope everybody understands what I'm saying. Growing up, I only became and did what I was expected to do because I thought that's how it was supposed to be. But now that I'm older, I understand who I am, so I'm comfortable in my skin. I can say things about myself that nobody can tease me. You ever watch the movie 8 Mile? Remember the rap scene when the guy thought he was gonna diss Eminem, which is called B-Rabbit? He thought he was gonna diss him. But Rabbit got up before he even said anything and told him everything about himself. And he said, now you tell me something else. Because he was comfortable. He said, you know what? I'm gonna let all my business be out there. At the end of the day, you judge me, I don't give a damn. And that was the most amazing scene of the movie. See, if more people were more transparent with their reality, a lot of the world would be less prominent with problems. There are so many problems in this world right now because so many people don't want to accept reality. Most people live in a very delusional world. They're very delusional. But I want to ask this question again. Let me get back to this topic. Older men, right? Younger women. Younger women, older men. Why do you think this phenomenon is so big? And I'm just curious. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Why do you think so many older men value younger women and younger women value older men? Why do you think that is so prominent? I can tell you from a man's standpoint, most men, and mind I say this, women don't take it personal. For my man that's on my live, if you agree, let me get a yes. If you don't agree, let me get a no. I'm trying to show y'all something. Women want men to think like women and men want women to think like men. This is a problem. And I'm going to say this one more time, right? We live in a world today that women want men to think like women and men want women to think like them. I'm going to tell y'all something. They're two complete different creatures. They're not the same. The problem is women think like women because they're women. Men think like men because they're men. That's the dilemma. We got to stop forcing each other to think the way we want each other to think. Men are men, women are women. And let's accept it. Men don't think like women. Because if God didn't see that being a problem, he would have just never made a sex. It would have just been men and men, or women and women. He would have just said human. That's not what he did. He made a man, and this is since the beginning of time. And the way we think is completely different. You have a ton of women who get mad that men don't think like them. Then you have a ton of men who get mad that women don't think like them, right? But I'm going to go on record and say this. My ladies, don't take this personal. Please don't. Men, if you agree with me, tell me you agree or not. Most older men value younger women because of the fact that their fertility, their youth, which youth is equated to beauty, right? Because men are more visual. Men see visibility, they see looks before anything, right? So when I tell a woman, as you age, be careful with the decisions you make because a lot of men don't see women aging as more valuable. A woman took it today as if I was saying because she's older, she has no value. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is most men value younger women because of their fertility, their youth, which is their beauty. It's just in their attraction. That's what men like, the physical, right? So when I said that to her, she took it as I was insulting her. She said, I don't care what you say. I know I look good. I said, no one said you didn't look good. Yo, at your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, your 100s, whatever you are, you have every bit of right to feel like you're beautiful, right? You have every bit of right to feel like you're beautiful at whatever age you are, right? And when I tell a woman that, they automatically become defensive. And I'm like, the fear is the age, right? This is why you'll see the older woman with the half of her head cut off still trying to look like the young girls. Let me say that one more time. And I'm not taking no shots. So whoever this may be, please don't take this personal. You'll see the older woman trying to portray the younger look because of the fact that she knows that more men are attracted to youth. But when you tell a woman that, they tend to take that personal. Men value more youth than they value older age women. And it's not my opinion. You know, for my men that's on my live, do you agree or do you disagree? You know, older men, they have already gone through life lessons and more mature and learn from mistakes. And I also believe that more older men like younger women because of the fact that they feel like she's more teachable. And I genuinely believe that. I think more older guys value younger women, one, for fertility, two, for, of course, her looks and her youth, and three, because they feel like they can teach her more. So those are the main reasons I truly believe that older men like younger women. You know, some women get mad and I'm like, you're older and you kind of set in your ways. So what guy is really gonna want that? You understand what I'm saying? And when you explain that to them, they get upset. And I'm like, we have to get out of our feelings and start learning that it's truth to realities. There's truth. Understanding that just because you feel a certain way don't mean that's reality. You can feel whatever you want, but it's also reality. And that's the problem a lot of us have. We don't live in reality. We get upset when someone says something that's not what we want to hear. Ladies, you cannot make a man feel the way you want him to feel. I will say this one more time. Ladies, you cannot make a man feel the way you want him to feel. He is a man, you are a woman. Men don't think like women. Men, you cannot make a woman think like a man because she is a woman. There was a book, it was called Think Like a Man. Come on, man. I don't want to take no shots, but that sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. A woman can't think like a man. A woman can think like a woman. She can understand a man. A man can't think like a woman. A man can try to understand a woman. That is a difference. How about men understand women and women understand men? Let's learn to understand each other, right? But you'll take a woman, you say something, anything remotely against what she makes or believes, she automatically takes it personal. Ladies, we got to get out our feelings. If I'm giving you free game about how men feel, why are you fighting with me about how men should feel? See, y'all say what men should feel and you make it a fact. But I'm like, men don't think like that, right? I cringed so hard, you know, when the book came out, right? This is why communication is so important. Don't assume I know what you're feeling or thinking. I agree with that. A lot of times we do have people who lack communication skills in relationships. They do lack communication skills, right? Sometimes older men tell me it's harder to talk to older women, right? Because older women think they know everything. And let me say that one more time. Ladies, don't take this personal. Don't shoot the messenger. This is what I just see, right? A lot of times, older men say they don't like to date older women because a lot of older women are set in their ways. They tend to believe they know everything. So what happens is when he tries to tell her something, she thinks she's lived so much that she can't learn anything new. So she gets set in her ways. So sometimes men that are older look for the youth because they're deemed more teachable. And as a man, we know men like to be leaders. And when a man feel like his leading ability is not respected or warranted, he might replace himself into another situation because he feels more respected there. Again, I always say this statement: men don't go where they're tolerated. They go where they're celebrated. It's not my opinion. Now let's look at this. Let's go to the next narrative. Right? Younger women, older men. Give me some reasonings why. Let me see that. I believe the most we can do is understand. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Respect is a requirement for men. It's a requirement for both sex. Respect is a requirement for men. It is. But I feel like women need their respect too. You can't be the guy that's doing negative to her and expect her to respect you. Respect and love is two different things. Let me get that straight with you guys. You have respect and you have love. Do me a favor, guys. If you're loving my content, please run the likes up because we should be way over 2,000 likes. Way over 2,000. I think that's a little bit. And the reason why I think it's a little bit, because I be giving you guys them gems, and we talk that talk over here. In order to get this podcast, I don't ask you for nothing. I don't want no money. Let's push it to the masses. Let's get more people in tune with this thing. Let's run them likes up, please. Let's run them likes up. So when you listen to the men, they look at it like, damn, I like her, but she don't value me to the magnitude of what I feel valued. So therefore, he will remove himself from that place. Because men don't go where they're tolerated. They go where they celebrate it, right? Especially as you get older, you tend to, it's harder to please older women. I think it's easier to please younger women than it is to please older women. Man, if you agree with that statement, let me get a yes or no. Is it easier to please an older woman or is it easier to please a younger woman? Let me see what y'all say. Older or younger? What do you think? Older or younger? We're going to read it off. Do you think it's easier to please an older woman, man, or a younger woman? Let's see what y'all say. We're gonna ask this question. I want this question to be pushed, and I want you guys to answer this question. Being honest. Do you think it's easier to please a younger woman? I think for women, it's easier to please older men. I think younger women is easier to please an older guy. Man said younger, right? Easier to please younger. Because they are more naive, and I am a woman, and I was young and naive. I can go for that. Younger. Men come on and speak. Older, more deceived. Younger. I don't know about younger. My older woman is hard. My older woman is hard to please. Older. Younger. When you say please, what are you talking about? I'm not talking about intimacy. I'm just talking about completing the relationship, not intimacy. Because intimacy can go. Age don't really factor that. I know some older guys, they pull some tricks out of their hat, and I know some younger guys who can do their thing. So in the bedroom, they can do their thing in either way. It's about how they take care of themselves. You know, so what I'm saying right now is the girl I'm talking about earlier, as we were speaking, no, let me say that. Let me take that back because it could come off the wrong way. The woman I was talking to earlier, it came across as she took it as more like, you know, she tried to speak for men. And I'm like, yo, you can't speak for a man. That's the problem. When you have a woman thinking that she is the voice of men, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry to say this. That is crazy. I'm not the voice of women, right? I can try to understand my women, but I could never be a woman, right? So when a woman speaks, I tend to listen more so I can understand where she's coming from. Because sometimes we don't understand perspective. You know what I'm saying? Let me say this one more time. A lot of the times when you're dating, right, men and women are dating, they don't understand the word perspective. And when you look at her perspective and you look at his perspective, two different perspectives, right? They say men are from Mars and women are from Venus. So with that being said, that goes to show you that these two people were supposed to come from two different planets. So they don't speak the same language. And the reason why men and women don't speak the same language because they spend less time learning how to communicate with each other and more fight with each other. Everything is a fight. Men fight against women all the time for things she may not or may know, and women do the same thing, right? So we're in a world of two people fighting against each other. A lot of older guys tell me they don't date older women because they tend to not want to listen. They think they know every single thing. So that becomes, let me say the word, that becomes a hindrance to him now because he's like, I don't feel valued here. So of course I'm gonna leave. Now, when you're talking to a younger woman, I can understand why younger women like older men. And it makes sense for me because I get hit on by a lot of younger girls. And the reason why is because one, I do show stability, right? Two, I'm very consistent. Three, I can provide. So when a woman sees that, they tend to be more attracted to that, which makes more sense, right? When you look at it from a totality, it makes sense, right? So when a man, our younger guy, let me ask you a question, matter of fact. This is a good question too, right? If a younger guy, right, dates an older woman, what do you think he's dating her for? Right? And this is my second question. If a younger woman is dating an older guy, what do you think she's dating him for? I genuinely believe there are more younger women who date older men because they really like older men. I believe more younger guys who date older women, dating the older women because they want money or they want a mother. There are more men that is using the older woman that's younger than the younger girl dating the older guy. And the reason why I say that is because of maturity. How do y'all feel about that? I feel like more younger men that date older women, they're using them, right? And more younger women who date older guys is because they've matured a lot faster. So the guy that they're more attracted to happens to be older. I don't think every woman that dates an older guy has daddy issues. But I definitely think that there are more women who date older men because of the fact that she knows what she wants from life, right? And I definitely think that most younger guys who are looking for, like, if a guy's 20, he's trying to date somebody 40, he wants to borrow her car and her credit card, right? That's how I genuinely feel. I never seen in my existence of living a younger guy like, yo, I want to date me an older woman, and it wasn't nothing involved in it. What was his reasoning? You know, either A, he had extreme mommy issues, or B, he was looking for somebody to give him a lifestyle. She bought him clothes and shoes, and he had new sneakers every week, and he was loving it. You know, that's the reality. Most cases, I have never seen a guy, right? I want you to get this. And I want y'all to answer this truthfully, right? I have never seen a younger guy take an older woman and provide for her to the magnitude of a wife and bring her in and love her and pay all the bills. I've never seen that. I've never seen it in my whole existence. I've seen younger women providing for older men. I've seen it, and I've seen it multiples of times. Would you agree with that statement? I've seen more younger women taking care of older guys than I've seen younger men taking care of older women. Most men that take care of older women, the woman is usually their mother. Right? Look, somebody just said I've done it. Yes, I agree. Right? So when we talk over here, I don't come on this podcast to stir up trauma and beef and arguing. Right? I come on this podcast because I want to raise awareness and talk about truth. But the problem is, when you talk about truth, a lot of people will take it the wrong way. They're going to take it as insulting. You disrespected me. I'm like, why am I disrespecting you by telling the truth? It happens, though, with the younger men. I just never seen a young guy date an older woman and genuinely just take care of them economically and everything around the board. I've never seen it. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I've never seen it. The only time I've probably seen it is like a celebrity who has a lot of money, right? Like a Kim Kardashian will date a younger guy. I've seen Madonna do it. I've seen J-Lo do it, right? I've never seen a younger guy just date a younger woman, an older woman, just because. I've never seen it. And I'm just being honest. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I'm just saying something that is not seen a lot is abnormal. But I've definitely seen tons of older women taking care of young boys. I've seen it a lot. Living up in her house, driving her car. I've just never seen no older woman like, yo, my younger guy, he bought me a house and I'm moving in. I've never seen that. I've never seen it. And I'm not talking about a 2, 3, 4 year difference, 5-year difference. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about where the difference is very transparent. 2 different generations. That's what I'm talking about. 4 or 5 years is in the same generation. Because technically, you could have been a senior in high school. That person could have been in 9th grade. So that's not that far apart, right? Especially at this age. But when you talk about these things, you always get people that get in their feelings. And they get very upset of the truth. They'd rather hear a lie than hear truth. And this is the problem with 2022. I'm excited what's in store for 2023. Hopefully, people leave this emotions in 2022 because they don't want to hear no truth, right? When we talk about age difference, we're talking about generational gaps, meaning that could be your little brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? What I mean, like your little brother, that age. Like he could have hung out with your little brother, or she could have hung out with your little sister. That's the age difference. But most cases, people get upset. But I'm going to tell you something. I've known that tons of women mature so much faster. I genuinely think that most of them have to date older guys. Because I do feel like a lot of the guys, they're very immature. And when you talk to them, it shows. I'll give you a story. I got a friend that's upset with me right now, and I don't care that he's upset. He might hear this too. He's upset with me. And the reason why he's upset with me, watch this. He lives in his girl's family's basement, right? And that's not the issue I have with him. I said to him, I said, yo, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. You live in your girl's family basement. You don't have a good job, and your life is not that together. I don't think right now you should be worried about cheating, right? I said, bro, you live in your girl's family's basement. Your life is not fully together. I don't think you should be worried about cheating. He took it as if I was insulting him. And I'm like, I thought I was your friend. He said, what do you mean? I said, bro, you live in your girl's family's basement. You're running around here worried about girls. I don't think that's what you should be doing. He said, what do you mean? I said, you should be getting your life together. Because if she find out you cheating, ladies, I know you on my live. If she find out she's cheating, what is she going to do? I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to read off what y'all say. If the girl, he's living in her family's house. If she find out he's cheating, what is she going to do to this man? I'm going to wait till my woman on my live say something. I'm not going to say the answer. One woman said, bye. One person said, put him out. Right? Let's keep going. She going to put him out. He will be homeless. Kick him out. Kick him out. I'm like, come on, brother. Am I saying this to hurt you? Or am I saying this to tell you the truth? He's going to be out. And that's the truth. So me being your friend, it's cold outside. We in a New York winter right now. New York got a whole winter right now. It's cold up here right now. So as your boy, you think I want to see you calling me, yo, can I come sleep on your couch? When you're putting your priorities is sex, and I'm sitting here telling you that shouldn't be your priorities right now? What about if she cheated? So that's my question. Let's ask that question. If you have nowhere to live, right? And your woman cheated on you, but you live at her house, but you got nowhere to live, do you A, stay with her and stay living there until you get your life together, right? Or do you B, leave? I want to see this question. I want y'all to answer that too. On my Facebook, my TikTok, my Instagram, everywhere. Answer that question. Guys, if your woman cheated on you and you live in her house, what are you going to do? I'm going to tell you something. It's too cold to be outside. I ain't leaving. I'm going to stay there. And I'm going to utilize the situation to get on my feet. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to let ego make me go deal with old Jack Frost. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Listen, me and her, we're going to be over. No matter how you look at it, I'm going to play nice to utilize the situation to get myself up out of there. That's the truth. And the reason being is because I'm not going to go deal with the cold. I just said you have nowhere to live, right? Nowhere to live. Do you A, stay there and get your life together? Or do you B, go fight the blizzard? What do you do? Somebody said roll out. A, I'm choosing A. I'm choosing A all day. And the reason why I'm choosing A is because I think it's the best decision. I don't think you should be in no cold. He said, fix our dinner? Are you crazy? But we live in a world right now, guys, where you got to understand that more men are definitely attracted, older men are attracted to younger girls. Pick a struggle. God bless the child that has his own. I agree. But that wasn't the scenario. We live in a world where a lot of men and a lot of women don't like to hear no truth. The more you tell yourself a lie, the more the lie becomes truth. So, guys, we got to work on listening to hearing truth. It's an issue when you have a person who don't want to hear anything of productivity. If I tell a woman older men like younger women and they get upset, that means she doesn't live in reality. If I tell her a lot of younger women like older men, that means he don't live in reality. We just telling the truth. Why? Because I think the requirements are different from what men deem as value and from what women deem as value. I think it's two different things. Women don't deem the same thing valuable as men. Men don't deem the same thing valuable as women. So this is why you have a dilemma now, right? So when a woman get upset, I'm like, you're upset, but the truth is, men don't value what you think they should value. A woman will look at it like, hey, I got my doctrine, I make 6 figures, I got all of these things going for myself, so men should view me as valuable, right? The reality of all things is, most men with their life together, they don't view that as valuable. Most men that got their life together don't value or care about a woman's degree. I'm going to be honest with you. If she has a degree, it's a plus, but they don't see it that way. They look at it as, is she willing to get into my car and go for the ride with me? Is she teachable? Is she a helpmate? Is she a good wife? They look at those things. It's things that we value completely different that women want us to value. Me personally, I value respect the most out of all things, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. Love and respect is 2 different factors. People can love you, but have absolutely no respect for you. I would rather someone respect me than love me, right? Because people that respect you tend to not do things to you. I've seen people hurt people they love beyond recognizability. They've hurt that person so bad, but they tell them they love them. I've seen it tons of times. I've seen women cheat on men they say they love. I see men cheat on women they say they love. But I have never witnessed somebody cheat on somebody they respected, whether a man or a woman. Let me say that one more time, right? I want y'all to hear this good. Let's do this one more time, right? I would rather somebody respect me than love me, right? I'm going to tell you why. I've seen women cheat on men they say they love. I've seen men cheat on women they say they love. But in my existence of my whole life, I have never seen someone do something foul or corny to someone they respected. Most people do things to people they don't respect. I've seen people hurt a person they love 10 times faster than someone they respect. So I take the respect over love all day. Because people don't even know what love is. People don't even know what love is. They don't know what it is. Love is not me bending over backwards for a woman. That is not love. You know what I'm saying? I know men who cheat every day will still bend over backwards for their woman. Let me say that again. I know men who cheat every day but will ultimately still cheat on their woman. They don't love themselves. I agree. There are tons of men who I know that say they respect and they love their woman rather. They cheat on her all day. I know women who give men roof over their head. I just told you that my boy live in his girl's family's basement and he's cheating. And I'm like, bro, I don't want you to come sleep on my couch. When she get mad at you, you're going to ask me, yo, can you come live with me? No. I don't want you living with me. Why? Because it's unhealthy. I think you should worry about fixing your life before you even play any games. And that's just the realities. But when I say something like that, he's going to take it as defensive. That's the world we live in. Everything is defense. When you speak on things you don't deem truth, people don't like you. But I will say this: men, right? They value youth. They do. They value beauty. They do. I know some ugly dudes, and I'm gonna say this straight. I know some ugly dudes who get some very beautiful women because their life is together. And the woman, well, I can tell she loves them. You'll say, oh, she's using them. That's always the go-to. It's not always the truth. Because I've met women who don't know they're that beautiful. Let me say that one more time. And I want you to hear that. I know women, right? Say this truthfully. I know men who are not that attractive who get very, very attractive women. Sometimes people that say that woman only dates him because of the fact that he has money, which may be true in certain situations. But I definitely know women who don't see the looks on him because some women don't know how attractive they really are. I know some beautiful women who don't see themselves as beautiful. And it's the truth. I know some men who think that women only care about their looks, so they're scared to approach women. A woman respects confidence. Let me sit up straight. Women like confidence. They like a man that can hold a conversation. They like a man that can make them laugh. They like a man who's consistent. They like a man who thinks about them, who's generous, who cares, who shows them consistency. Women value different things from men too, and men value different things. But in order for us to have this unity, we need to learn how to understand each other. Men need to learn how to understand women. Women need to learn how to understand men. Ladies, you got to stop fighting with men to think the way you want us to think. Men, you got to stop fighting with women trying to make them think like you. It's never going to happen. She can understand you, right? And understanding takes time, right? If me and you two different players, we never played one game in our life together, the first game we play together is going to be no chemistry. When you see great couples who are doing really well, it's because they built chemistry. They learned each other. They see what works for their relationship. This is why they get into those magnitudes. A lot of women don't know, and the beauty's in them. I agree. There are tons of beautiful women, you know? And for me, when I say the word beautiful, I'm not talking about physical. I'm just being honest. I go more so off of, to me, ugly is a characteristical trait too. I think a person that's ugly is the way they behave, the way they treat people. I think that's what makes people ugly to me, right? Some people look at physical, right? I cannot be attracted to a person. That's different. But I don't think that makes them ugly. Because last time I checked, God said we're all made in the likeness of him. So with that being said, I don't believe a human is ugly. I just believe that they're not attractive to me. I'm not attracted to the person. Some people think the opposite. But that's their belief and that's my belief, right? But ugly is the way you treat people. Ugly is how you carry yourself. Ugly is the things you do. That's what I see ugly. We understand, men, we got to stop being sensitive to these topics. Ladies, we got to stop being sensitive to these topics. Before I get off this live today, right, I want to ask a question, right? And I want to hear your honest opinion. First, I want to ask my ladies. I want to see what y'all say with this. Would you rather date a man who doesn't cheat, who doesn't make any money? He's going to be loyal to you, but he's never going to make any money. You got to always provide to keep the roof over your head. So I'm asking my ladies this question first. Would you rather him never cheat and he's never going to make no money? That's A. Or would you B, rather the man that's providing and that's keeping a roof over your head, but he occasionally cheats? I'm asking your honest opinion. What do you think? Do you A, take the man who doesn't? Take this question for me. I'm asking this question one more time. Ladies, do you take a man, would you A, take a man who doesn't cheat, but he'll never make money? You will always have to pay all the bills for the rest of your life, right? Or do you B, take the man who makes money, but he cheats occasionally? What would you take? And be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is what I know a lot of ladies gonna say. Because a lot of y'all capping, y'all lying. I'm gonna tell you straight up, a lot of y'all lying. A lot of those A's are liars. I'm just being honest. And the reason why I'm gonna tell you why you're lying. Here's the problem. When you take on a person that you don't see as a man, right? And you date a person that in your mind you really believe that a man is supposed to provide. You say to yourself, I'm gonna take this guy and I'm gonna love him, right? For the fact that he's loyal and faithful to me. But if you don't see the economics not coming in, you eventually not gonna respect him. I know tons of women who said they were able to do it until they had to do it. And then over the long term, they got tired of it because of the fact that they never saw that as a man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Right? And you know the sad part about today's society? A lot of the men who don't make the money that you still take on still be cheating anyway. That's crazy. I'm gonna say that one time. A lot of those men that don't make the money and you do put a roof over their head and take care of them, they still be cheating anyway. Right? They do. Because a lot of them were taught that cheating is the way you're supposed to be. You know? So it's like, now I'm asking my men, my ladies, I felt like a lot of y'all lied. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did A and still got cheated. But she said she done did A. Say it out loud. Say it again, bro. I'm telling you, I've seen it 100 times. I've seen it 100 times. So I'm asking this question. Let's be honest, men. Men, do you A, take, now if men say A, I could believe this. I could believe it. Men, do you date a woman who makes no money? Let me say this one more time. One more time. I'm laughing at this one because I truly believe men gonna be honest with this one. Men, do you A, date a woman who makes no money, right? But she's loyal and she's faithful to you? Or do you B, date a woman that got Oprah money and she cheats occasionally? Let's see who's gonna tell the truth. A or B? I see one guy said A. See another person said A. I don't know, Oprah money sounded kind of crazy. A. Some of you build her up. Okay, somebody said B. I respect it. I see A. My man in here, Chris, said B. He says Oprah. That money different. I said A. My mother never made money. She was faithful. I respect that. Say your mother, big up herself. Listen, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Me personally, I can never value a woman that cheats that I take serious. I'm going to be honest. I will never see her like that. I won't respect her. So for me to not put myself in a position, I'm taking A. I'm going to be honest. But guys, this topic today was actually dope. It turned out better than I thought, right? We said, why do older men like younger women? And why do younger women like older men? The conclusion I've drawn is younger women like older guys because they mature faster and they can provide better stability. But I truly believe that men like younger women because of their youthfulness, their beautifulness, and lastly, I would say the fact that they're willing to listen. They're more, I don't want to say the word obedient, but I want to say the word willing to respect what he says, right? So that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Whoever gets mad, don't get mad. This is not the whole concept of what we doing. Until next time, guys, know what you do. Don't let that go over your head.